syllabus. What's the plural of syllabus? Anybody know? Plural of syllabus.
Syllabi?
Syllabi, yeah, it doesn't sound right, but it's what it is. Syllabi is more than one, syllabus is singular. Okay? So this is what we're going to cover here real quick. So first of all, I want to tell you a couple things about this course and about me, and then I'll get to you guys because I want to get to know you a little bit better than I have in the past. I've been really good at hey you and hey Bubba and hey Mike and Tim, and that's not your name, is it? Because you're a female. It doesn't work. So I want to try to get to know you a little bit better. So I'll have you each introduce yourselves real briefly. But to get started, I'm John Garner. Most of the students just call me Dr. John. Hey you works, John works, whatever you're comfortable with. A lot of people aren't comfortable with John, so Dr. John is fine. My last name is Garner, not Gardner. I don't care if you put Gardner. It won't cost you anything, but it does kind of make me go, come on. Get at least your professor's name right. Certainly isn't a deal breaker if you don't get it right. You are my priority. I know that sounds crazy. I'm a retired state trooper. I work sex crimes. I work white collar crimes. I got drugged down the interstate. I was a drill sergeant. All I ever wanted to be was a teacher. I taught at the academy my whole career. I love my students. I have Stockholm Syndrome. What's Stockholm Syndrome? Anybody know? Huh?
You're like in love with your attacker?
Yeah, I'm in love with my attackers. I'm in love with my the people that... So you're the priority. If you text me, unless I'm at Telluride or Powderhorn, I will respond to you pretty quick because I'm on my phone, okay? I don't do social media, I don't do anything else, but I do my students. I am here for you. I have 4 classes going on right now. That doesn't mean anything, that just means I'm attentive to you. That means I'm gonna be here for you. So if you're sitting there working on a project and you're going, banging your head against the wall for more than 10 minutes, shame on you. Shoot me a text or call me and we will work through it. I can't expect my students to know anything. I'm here to teach you. So if you don't know something, that's okay. Don't feel bad, okay? Don't feel bad because I'm here to teach you, all right? That's what I'm doing. I don't expect you to just miraculously know how to write brilliant essays off the top of your head. Nobody can do that. You do pretty good, but the rest of us struggle, all right? So keep that in mind. You're the students. I will work with you. If you succeed, if you enjoy the class, I succeed. If you're struggling, you're miserable, then I'm failing at some level, okay? History should be kind of fun. When I taught at the police academy, if I messed up, people could die. If you don't know about the War of 1812, nobody's going to die. Is that fair? We're not covering the War of 1812, but even if you don't know about it, nobody's going to die. So let's have fun with it. We'll talk about a little bit more focus in a minute. So basically, we're going to cover from the Civil War up to Biden, if we have time. Okay? That's a lot to cover. We'll see what we get through. I got a lot of material in this course, so we'll cover what we can, and we'll move on. The other thing is I'm teaching at the main campus tomorrow and Thursday, but I've only got them for half the time. So if I come in here and I'm like really confused, and you're like, I know most of you don't know who Mr. Magoo is, but he's this cartoon character that's blind and gets in all these funny situations, and you're like, that guy's losing it. Yeah, I'm losing it. I don't remember where I'm at with you. Just be patient and work with me and tell me where we're at. Let me see. This class is slated. It's a 3-hour class. I think with the breaks and everything, we're supposed to go to 9:30. How many times did we go that late last time?
Never.
Never, okay. I don't want to be here that late. I don't want you to be here that late. We'll get through the material and then we'll move on. Okay, I'm switching over to page 2. We're face-to-face. We're spread out. You've got all the COVID stuff there. You've got the scout, the masks, all that type of stuff. I spent a couple hours online with the university doctors and everything, and they were talking about the prevalence of COVID in CMU classrooms is a 0, pretty much 0. They have not contact traced anybody. So the protocols are working. Whatever you believe about COVID, whatever, I'm sure some of us are to the right, some of us to the left. I don't think it's political, it's a disease for Pete's sake. But whatever, the protocols seem to be working. I certainly don't know any better. Although I may be a doctor, I'm not that kind of doctor, okay? So we're gonna do what they tell us to do and we're gonna move on. D2L, I put a lot of resources for you on D2L. So let me tell you how not to be successful in this class real quick. This is how not to be successful. Number one, don't go on to D2L ever, because that's a waste of time. You're just learning the class that you're probably not going to attend anyway. That's another thing. Don't attend class. That's not what to do. Also, don't watch the short videos I put together, which last a maximum of about 4 minutes, but pack in everything you need to do to please your instructor and meet and actually write to about a 400 or master's level paper. Don't watch those little short videos that are somewhat entertaining, at least in my opinion, because that's crazy. Why would you want to know what the instructor expects from you and what his preferences are? So don't watch those videos I spent hours and hours and hours working on and spend 4 whole minutes watching that so you can succeed in the class. So don't watch any of the videos, okay? Also, if you can't come up with a topic, don't look at the books I uploaded for you on D2L. Full books, history books. Most of them are picture books because I like pictures because I was on the short bus as a kid. I get it. I like pictures too. So don't leaf through those things for ideas or topics or anything else. For my women in here, we will cover some unique aspects of women's history. Don't look at the women's books I put up there. The female sniper that I'll talk about in class. Don't listen when I talk about her, because that would be a horrible topic for me to read about, because I'm into long guns and snipers. And I think that's a really cool part of history, so don't do anything on that either, okay? Make sure you come to class on the 18th and during spring break. That's a good thing to do too if you're in here. Oh, and also don't text me or don't ask for help. That's a real good idea. And just sit there and suffer and make stuff up, because that really makes me happy when I read. Okay, this class is about 2 things: your midterm paper and your final paper. Okay? How many of you bought the book? Okay, the book is a good supplement. For those of you that didn't buy the book, don't go buy the book. I had to put a book down for somebody. Don't record that.
Well, too late.
Okay, if you have the book, it will definitely help you. It's a great resource. You can always quote Foner. I've met him. That's how big of a history geek I am. Okay? It's a great resource, and we will cover a lot of his stuff. In fact, the PowerPoints are based off the book. So don't think you wasted your money, because you certainly did. For those of you that really want to kind of follow along, go get the book. For the most of you, though, I'll cover what I want you to get out of it. Okay? If that makes sense. So you got the Foner book. Everything's pretty much on D2L. If we get sidewhacked with weather, text me. I'll just say, hey, we're not having class tonight. I'll try to email everybody, we're not having class tonight. I'll put something up on D2L, we're not having class tonight, okay? So if you want to come to class, you'll be here by yourself, and that's fine. You can sit here, look at D2L. Be a good time. Student learning outcomes, I'm not going to cover that because you don't want to know that. Your midterm and your final exam, everything in here is kind of subject to change, but we're going to work through this stuff. I think with the papers, even though I just kind of let everybody dump everything into the midterm, I think we may do these other steps and do the tentative topic, the bibliography, the outline of the paper, and I'll cover that. I'll walk you through that process, okay? So that won't put as much weight on those and give everybody pretty much free points, because if you can't get it done, we'll just redo it and then you'll get your points. How's that sound? All right, and make sure everybody's got a little bit more traction underneath them. As far as the grading scale goes, that first one, it says 90. It's probably closer to an 80 with me to get an A in here, honestly, because I know a lot of you have real majors like medicine and engineering and stuff, and this is an elective, I get it. So I'm pretty liberal when it comes to final grades, although your temporary grades are going to be an F until like the final week. But even if you got like an 85 in here, I'll probably have a rounding error in dyslexia, and you'll probably get the A as long as you're trying. If I think you're just mailing it in, I'm not going to work with you. But if I think you're trying, you participate in class, you're going to be fine in here. You're going to really have to work hard to get a C or a D from me. Not that it didn't happen last semester, but you're going to really have to work hard. If you're apathetic and everything else, then okay, I'll be apathetic too. But if you're just going along, get along and trying and participating, and I can tell you really put some work into your paper, even if it's not perfect, we're good. Is that fair? Okay.